Good evening and welcome to The Big Fight, a show that is young at 21, the oldest running debate show on Indian news television. I'm Sanket Upadhyay. The pandemic has hit India's economy, our systems, our processes like a ton of bricks, devastating millions of people who lost their jobs, bleak future for lakhs, who were forced to walk back home. Remember those pictures? As life now slowly gets back on track, we are also struggling with an ever-increasing number of COVID cases, almost 70,000 new cases per day. The task of balancing life versus livelihood was always going to be a big challenge. I would say the biggest challenge for any government. But a new challenge, or should I say, a new dilemma has surfaced. As we unlock, should we be holding examinations? Should the lives of millions of students be put at risk? We are talking about the NEET and JEE examinations. They had been postponed once in May when we were adding fewer cases daily. But now the government has decided to go ahead when the daily case count is exploding. Concerned students and parents have moved court. Remember, they had moved court but got no relief. We will leave the court out of this for the moment. The matter is between the students and their government. A hashtag protest against exams in COVID has gone viral, close to 3 million in 24 hours. They want exams postponed, but the government has responded by saying life will go on. The exams will be conducted. So what do we do? Should the government be making the mistake of treating this as a flash in the pan protest? Should students bow down to a determined government? Or should the government show compassion? At the very least, the expectation, show compassion as we debate the life versus examinations debate. These are testing times in the time of a pandemic. So on The Big Fight, we attempt to ask a very, very important question: life versus exams debate, testing times during the pandemic, and is holding the exams right? That's the question that we are going to ask. Later on the show, solutions for conducting the examinations will be joined in by Congress MP Dr. Shashi Tharoor, as he will be giving the various solutions. He will be talking about solutions. We spoke to him earlier in the day. All right, let's quickly introduce all our guests. We've got V. Ramagopal Rao, Director of IIT Delhi, Sparsh Singh, NEET aspirant, Dr. Geeta Bhatt, political analyst. Her views lean towards the right, towards the BJP. Akash Banerjee is a political satirist. He's also with us. Sameer Chaudhary, a lawyer. Mehak Mittal, a JEE aspirant. And Kapil Gupta, CEO of neetprep.com and learner.in. All of you have got your views, very strong views, all of them compelling. But let me first start with the NEET aspirants. Mehak Mittal, I'll begin with you. Why would you argue that these exams not be held now?
Hello everyone, I am Mehak and I am a JEE aspirant. I just want to ask one simple question from our government. Whether one academic year is more important or the life of 25 lakh JEE and NEET aspirants. Who will take the responsibility if any student becomes COVID positive after the examination? Exams in COVID is just like suicide. I know that all these examinations are important, but the government should understand that our health is our real wealth. We guys are studying for this examination from the last 2 to 3 years. I don't want that all our efforts should go in vain. The government should understand that we are not asking for the cancellation of these examinations.
Sure.
We just want...
You want postponement of these exams. Correct. Thank you so much, yes. Mehak. Do stay on with us. Sparsh Singh is also with us. You are also a NEET aspirant. Sparsh, you've heard what Mehak had to say. Would you concur? Would you agree with her assessment? Or do you think that exams must go on at this very point? I think the debate is not on whether exams should be held or not. The debate is whether the exams should be held now or later. Sparsh.
I just think that if the government is prepared or ready for the mass of the people that would be joining in the centers or around the centers, and the preparations that they are doing, what are the preparations that they are doing to safely conduct these exams? That's the more important aspect or the point that I'm searching here. And the and also the further delay would only increase the chaos, or we can say that it will affect in the students, because with each passing day we are getting stressful with the exams and the date. We are not first we were said that the exams would be conducted in
Correct.
July. Then then we in 20 days before the paper we were told it would be it is being postponed. So it all plays a role. It affects the mental health of the student, and
Absolutely.
Moreover,
I think the point that Sparsh and Mehak
Yeah.
are making is about these testing times and how that is going to play out on the minds of the students, whether, and I guess it is that sentiment in which Mehak Mittal seems to suggest that exams should be postponed, but a Sparsh Singh says that don't postpone. The sentiment is the same, that there is tension, there is confusion. So while Sparsh says go ahead, Mehak says no, this is not the correct time. V. Ramgopal Rao, I want to know from you, you've heard from these two students, why do you feel, or what would your argument be as far as these exams are concerned? I mean, there is a huge feeling among people. I mean, say for instance, if there was a family, there's a person who's concerned, you have the Home Minister of the country who tested COVID positive, superstar Amitabh Bachchan tested positive. Where is the guarantee that these students will not test positive when they go to a center like this? After all, we are talking about a congregation.
I think that's a valid point. I am neither arguing for conducting the tests now or for postponing anything. I think we need to be analyzing this in the light of what is happening. And I am speaking more on behalf of the JEE advanced examination, which is going to happen on September 27th. And from our point of view, we are completely prepared. And I would expect that even NTA, which is going to conduct the JEE mains as well as the NEET exam, I think I am sure they are also very well prepared. And there is a lot of work happening at the highest levels in the government. They are consulting the health ministry very closely. The AIIMS doctors, the NITI Aayog member, education, all of them are involved in these discussions. I don't think everybody is responsible, everybody is concerned, but lockdown is not a solution for anything. I think life needs to come back to a normal state, and it is not that if you postpone by 1 month, the problem will go away. The COVID is going to be there for another 6 months. Nothing is going to change on the ground. India is a very diverse country. You might have a low peak in some states, but in some other states, there will be a high peak. And now arguing that, we have to have everything become normal in a country like India, which is almost like Europe, is not going to be a solution to anything.
Okay.
I think the lockdown was required to prepare ourselves for making
Which
life
is fine,
become
but
normal.
Mr. Rao, let me ask you this question. When this exam was postponed in May, at that time we were not adding that many new cases. Right now we are adding close to 70,000 cases. Right? So what is the rationale of holding the exam now and not in May? I guess
That's a good point.
May would
I
have
think
been a
so.
better time to hold the exams.
Exactly. But even that time there was a huge furor, for the postponement of examinations. Someone came under pressure, but that postponement was required for the country to prepare.
Sure.
Now we are better prepared to
No,
deal
so
with
you
the
say that
crisis
we are prepared.
than in the May. We are prepared.
So the government can guarantee that there will be absolutely no cases of COVID-19 in these examination centers.
I am not government, so I am only representing
Sure, sir.
IIT Delhi, and I am representing the JEE Advanced Examination. As far as JEE Advanced Examination is concerned, within 100-meter radius of the centers, and within the centers, I can assure you the protocols will be followed to the textbook.
Sure. Akash Banerjee, I want to bring you in. Akash, by the way, for those of our viewers who do not know, though he runs a very popular station called the Desh Bhakt, but Akash has started a campaign where he's inviting these students to come and post the messages themselves. In fact, we can show some clips also on our screen for our viewers. Akash, while we show those clips, I want to ask you this question. You have heard the generic feedback as far as the government or institutions are concerned, whether it is Mr. Rao, Director of IIT Delhi. He says, and the substance of what he's trying to say is that life must go on. We have prepared enough. In the lockdown, we have done our capacity building and now we must get our life back on track. How convincing do you think this argument is?
So Sanket, as you just mentioned, what we've done is we've opened up the Deshbhakt platform. We said we are not going to make an episode on this. Let the students speak. These are young, educated, tech-savvy students. And I asked them, let's send in your thoughts, 30 seconds, 1 minute. And if I was to pick up one thing that I got a feedback on, it's very nice to hear these things, life must go on. It's all great. I completely understand that everything can't come to a standstill. The students have only one simple main point. What is the message that is being sent here? The parliament is shut. The courts are operating virtually. The campaigning has severe restrictions. Even election campaigning has severe restrictions. What is the one thing where people are being forced to be in one place? It seems nothing. So either say or tell us that we are the sacrificial lambs that you want us to go into these examination centers. You want us to travel hundreds of kilometers. You want to, get together in one place. The students are not being able to understand why, when the parliament is not working, the courts are not working, and everything is still under lockdown, the trains are not working. We do not have a proper transportation infrastructure that is working at this point of time. I'm not even going into floods, etc., etc.
Correct.
Why at that point of time are the students being forced? The examination pressure first, and then you do this on top of that. That is a problem. Had the parliament opened, I think the politicians would have sent out a very clear message. We are ready. We are here. Why can't you give your examination? Tell me one thing where students can be told they are doing it. Why can't you do?
Oh, where is that lead by example for the students? I think that's the point that is being made. Geeta Bhatt, would you want to come in? You hear what Akash Banerjee says, that at a time when courts are operating virtually, parliament is shut, there is no real activity as far as government activity is concerned happening physically. Most of the things are happening online. Education itself, school education is happening online. You want these students to write their examinations. Why can the government not lead by example?
Well, Sanket ji, as far as I think the preparations in parliaments are already going on to begin the next session from the month of September. Courts already, the lawyers are approaching. They have asked the courts that there should be a physical appearance for the cases, and the preparation is already on. And this was also mentioned by the Honorable Supreme Court in the judgment related to NEET JEE. However, coming to the main point, examinations like JEE, these are gateway to some of the most prestigious institutions in the country, and henceforth I think all agree on this, that eligibility to such institutions has to be based on merit and has to be based on
I agree, but Ms.
Bhatt, say that why these exams...
Ms. Bhatt, how would you respond to the sentiment?
Yes, I am coming to that.
But Ms. Bhatt, how do you respond to the sentiment that will I be in a right frame of mind to be able to write an exam like this? It's a prestigious exam. Imagine tempers will be running high, and I have COVID to deal with, and I have this whole situation to deal with.
You see, you were talking about that whether the government or the institutions will be compassionate. Yes, there have been compassionate, and that is the reason that the examination has been postponed, if I'm not wrong, 3 times before. But it is very important at this junction to understand that the institutions will be able to start their academic session only in December.
Geeta Bhatt, 2 or 3 very specific things.
Just give me a minute to complete, Sanketji,
sure.
Then I'll come to your point also. It is important these institutions will be able to start the academic session only if the examinations are held as per the schedule which has been given at present. Also, please remember that if that does not happen, it will be a 0 year and there will be no academic session to begin with. And please remember that when next year the examination happens, there will be those students who were preparing to sit this year, that is 25 lakh plus. Along with that,
I understand the problem.
That much number more. So
Professor Bhatt, I understand the conundrum. My point is, what is the solution? Is the solution to go ahead with the examination or to think something out of the box? I think that is the bigger concern over here. That will we go ahead with life as normal? Give students a feeling that they will be sacrificed, as Akash said?
No, not at all. Not at all. Their life is important, and so is their future. Their future is also as important as
Let me quickly go to Mr. Rao.
And also there have been the kind of preparations that have been made, as it is as we understand, that more than 99% of students have been given their first preference as the center that they have been allotted. Those who have more than
then why is there, if that is the case, one moment, a simple question, Mr. Rao, I want to come to you. If that is the case, that 99% of the people have been given preferences, they've been told this or that, why is there such an outrage at this moment among the students? The fact that they've had to go public. Obviously there is a concern. I'm sure you realize that there is a concern.
Of course, there is a concern. We all share that concern. We also have children. I think we all understand what is happening. But this argument that politicians are not going to parliament, therefore I will not write exam, what kind of a logic is that? Politicians don't go to parliament, but I go to my office every day. There are hundreds of students in IIT who are going to their labs every day. There are hundreds of faculty members who are performing their normal duties. All work is going on. I'm not going to say that if X goes somewhere, Y will go somewhere. I don't even think that.
I think the point was on leading by example, Mr. Rao.
We are leading by example. IITs are functioning right now.
Quick right to reply to Akash. Yeah. Akash's right to reply, please.
I am not here to debate on this issue. I am here to learn from learned teachers here that they are. I am only here to give the inputs that I have got. Thankfully, I'm not writing the examinations. I honestly would not. I mean, let's leave aside big ideas like lead by example, because apparently arrangements are being made. So it was very difficult to open the parliament, get people to the courts, have normal political activity, and then the students. So that's a fallacious argument. So let's junk that out of the window, because we live in 2020. Students are saying simple things. You are asking us to wear masks. Now imagine a student wearing a mask and writing an examination. You are asking people to travel 500 kilometers when the trains are shut. There are so many practical problems. The only thing that is being said is what is, and apparently experts, and again, I'm not an expert, I'm not an IIT, I'm not a director. Would the heavens have fallen if the examination happened in January or December? Would the heavens have fallen? Would the summer holidays been cancelled and a bridge gap year would have been done? My only point, and I come back to the same point, is that why are students being forced to do this at the first go? I am not seeing anything else. The politicians are not having the first go. The judiciary is not having the first go.
Why are students having the first go?
The executive is not having the first go.
People will argue students are not having the first go.
The same.
They were postponed. The exams were postponed, Akash. That will be an argument that this is not, they are not having the first go. By that logic, their exam would have been held in May. Very quickly, Kapil Gupta. Kapil Gupta, I want to bring you in. You have heard the arguments that Akash has made. A lot of students have written into him, posted videos, and that's where he draws his his speech from. But I want to know from you, Kapil, why do you think that the exams must go on? See, because this has now become a debate of careers at stake versus life at stake.
Correct. So, Sanket, I'll give you a story today which happened with me. We help students prepare for NEET from our online platform. More than 1 lakh students study from us every week out of 500 districts. The student from Meerut called up in the morning and he said, sir, can you talk to my father? He has said, you will not go for NEET exam, and I'm not able to convince him. I want to write NEET exam. Now, this is the challenge which people are facing, that there is extreme concern with respect to this health situation in the family. Now, I'm not saying that NEET exam, whether it should happen or not, IIT exam, whether it should happen or not, should be decided on a popular vote. The other conundrum is, what if NTA is actually capable of doing it? But the reality today is, there have been 3 exams which have been utter failure with respect to whatever standard operating procedures exist.
Well said.
Right?
Well said.
This is the document which has been uploaded by NTA today on their website.
Yes.
It talks about everything which is going to happen in the center. Professor Rao, I am also an alumni of IIT Delhi. So you are talking about 100 meters away from the center. What about the fact that Bihar has only 2 cities, Gaya and Patna, where students can write the exam? What will happen to a student who has to come from Motihari, Narkatiyaganj, Roshra, Samastipur? How will he reach there? Whole of UP
Such
has
practical
10
points.
cities.
Yeah.
So those practicalities, how will transportation happen? This is the inside center issue. Inside center is not an issue. Outside the center,
That's
this
where the
is
problem
a
is.
complete nightmare. And there are
Absolutely.
no
That's where
details
the
that are
problem
coming
is.
out.
Samir Chaudhary, I want to come to you. Do you think that's the point that perhaps the government is not trying to understand? See, I'm not going to comment on the Supreme Court because that chapter is over and done with. Supreme Court has pronounced its judgment. Now the expectation of the students is of their own government. Do you think the government must be cognizant of these practical problems? I mean, these SOPs will come into force once a student is able to reach, no? There's another practical problem that was told to me by a student. Say, for instance, I'm in an area, I have to write an exam tomorrow, and suddenly tonight, where I'm staying, that area is declared a containment zone. Then where do I go? In the thick of the night. Samir.
Sanket, there are many practical problems to begin with. But as I see it, I believe this debate is inherently flawed. Because whenever there is a choice between life and a choice between career, health, safety, well-being, I think life, safety, well-being of yourself and the family members will always triumph that choice. So to begin with, this debate itself is flawed. But coming back to your question, whether the practical considerations have not been taken into effect.
No, just for my understanding, what debate is flawed?
The debate that whether the exam should go on itself is flawed because as per my understanding, whenever you're faced with the choice of your own safety, the safety of your family members, your loved ones, that choice, the fact that you're putting the young student to make that choice itself is flawed.
Okay.
Now coming to your question, whether the various considerations have been taken into account or not. What we have failed to acknowledge is that if you see the government of Punjab yesterday and the government of Haryana today has imposed lockdown back again. So there will be weekend lockdowns because the sheer numbers defy the attitude right now. The sheer numbers cannot be controlled. We are at the stage of community transmission. So measures have to be taken. And in such an event, we have seen that in
By the way, Samir, if you believe all the Zero surveys, then we are in community transmission.
Absolutely.
You can't have 1/3 of Delhi already developing antibodies and no community transmission happening.
Sanket, what we have
That's
seen
another
is
story
that
then.
it is practically impossible to implement social distancing or SOPs in large gatherings. Here we're
The point
talking
that
about
Kapil was making.
unprecedented gathering. More than 25 lakh students coming together. Not to forget the parents who will accompany them. Not to forget the lockdown restrictions coupled with that, and the fact that these asymptomatic or students will go back to their houses where they live with their grandparents or younger children.
Absolutely.
So we're exposing an unexpected and large number of people to this.
And why are we doing this, Professor Bhatt? Let me come back to you and then we'll go to the students also. Professor Bhatt, you have heard the practical problems that have been mentioned by everyone. In fact, Mr. Kapil Gupta, he even read out the NTA letter. He said that many previous exams have also been conducted in a similar way and there's not much to write home about. So you do realize that there is a problem.
Well, Sanket ji, this is at present this pandemic is something which has thrown such a challenge not only in our country but across the globe. Now, in such a situation, yes, the moment you step out of your house, even to buy vegetable with a vegetable vendor, you are at a risk of getting infected.
Correct.
So that is something this is a reality that we all will accept. But at the same time, we all are, now at the present time when the flights have started operating, there are many states where even gymnasiums have been opened.
One moment. Geeta Bhatt, taking a flight is an option. It is a choice in front of me whether I want to take a flight. Writing an exam is a compulsion.
You see,
A child's career will depend on writing an exam. I may or may not take a flight. I may or may not take a train.
I throw the same question back to you, Sanket ji, that if the examination do not happen this year and if they happen next year, there will be double the number of students sitting for the same number of seats. So what is the probability?
Why the same number of seats? That's where out of the box thinking comes in. No. Why the same number of seats? My biggest problem is that I don't think
double the number of seats in any institution where there is a professional course which is being run.
Geeta Bhatt,
is it plausible?
No, I want to know from you, Professor Bhatt, do you think that the government has thought this through or should have thought this through? I have a feeling that the government has not thought this through. There are so many unanswered questions and an exam is just a few days away. Like you were just told of the practical problems, containment zone
Yes.
problems, exposure problems, transportation problems. Where is the FAQ or a solution that has been offered by the government?
You see, the SOPs which have been released, there are, while they are being questioned. I want to, Sanket ji, when the conventional exam used to take place, pen and paper exam, we all know that there are many universities and states where mass teaching also used to go on. But was that a reason for which across the country the mode of examination was changed? No, it wasn't. Wherever there was a flaw, it need to be improved or it need to be put on the right track. Similarly, in such a way where these positions are there, yes.
Okay,
the
one by one.
institution which
To
is-
the students
which is
now.
conducting the
Back to
exam
the students,
has
Sparsh
come up
Singh
with
and
an
Mehak
SOP
Mittal.
and
Yeah, I'll come to you. Mehak Mittal, let's begin with you. You've heard the arguments of the experts here. I want to know from you, when the government says that no, come and write the exam, do you think that it inspires confidence in you to be able to go to an examination center and take that exam?
No, sir. Actually, as far as our SOPs are concerned, all we know that how they are implemented in exams like COMET, UPBED examinations, etc. In states like Assam, Bihar, etc., there is a flood-like situation, and many students are facing the problem of traveling. They have to travel around 300 kilometers to travel to the examination center. So I think this is impossible. And my main question to our government is that who will take the responsibility if someone tests positive after giving the examination? Nobody will come ahead at that time. So I think the examination should be postponed.
Okay, postpone. See, the operative word here is postpone. No student is saying cancel, reject. After all, it's their own career, their own future at stake. So these students are saying postpone these exams. Very quickly, Sparsh Singh, you have heard the arguments here, Sparsh. Do you also feel that, you will be risking lives over here if you go and write the examination?
We are definitely risking the lives, but we can't say about the situations we will be facing after a couple of months, as the cases are, we don't know about the vaccination. We can't say about the situation we will be facing afterwards if the exams are first of all postponed right now. We could be standing at this moment only after that, and the risks are always there for the amount of students that need to be appearing in the the exams.
Okay, Kapil Gupta, I want to come to you. You've heard what Professor Bhatt was saying. She says that of course we can't, nobody can guarantee that there will be no COVID-19 cases. There is a huge risk, but life must go on. Careers are at stake. My question to her was, and I want to ask you this question, do you think that the government should have foreseen this problem? This problem would have existed. That is why the exams were postponed the first time, no?
Correct,
So,
Sanket.
was there enough brainstorming to think of the various possibilities?
Sanket, I'm sure there must have been brainstorming. I don't think the blame completely lies with the government. Governments across the world are in a tough situation. The only thing...
No, the blame doesn't lie with them, but they are the ones who will give the solution, no?
They are the ones who are going to give the solution, and all of us can participate in that solution, making it just that if there is acceptance of the fact that yes, there is a problem, let's come together, transparently try and figure out. The problem, I believe, with any setup like a government is that there is going to be a soldier mentality to begin with. Yes, we will do it. And at the end of it, what we saw outside Comet K gates, what we saw outside UPBED, we are going to see the same thing again. We tried our best, but you know what? We are such a big country. This happened, that happened, and we could not manage it. So I do believe there is scope for solution finding. So for example, why can't we have more centers and let us do this exam in 2 phases? JEE has been doing it. Let us have a first set of
Government says there are 50% more centers.
No, there are no 50% more centers. That is the whole problem. The thing is, I am saying this, JEE is conducted in two phases, JEE Mains and JEE Advanced.
Correct.
Let us reduce these 16 lakh aspirants. NEET is much bigger than JEE today. 16 lakh aspirants, let us reduce them to 2 lakh. Conduct the exams at district levels, give a 1 month window in which every district magistrate is going to conduct the exam in his own district. Normalize the score, finalize 2 lakh students who qualify, and then just reduce this number. This number is frightening, and there are solutions possible. NTA has been doing online exam for JEE. There has been no explanation why we can't do it for NEET. This is an opportunity.
Interesting. I like the fact that we are talking solutions here, because that must be the purpose of this debate. Sameer Chaudhary and Akash Banerjee, very quickly. Sameer, you go first.
I think I believe with the previous speaker. I agree. I'm in agreement with the previous speaker, because out of the box thinking is required. Coming back to the earlier example which was raised, courts. Nobody had ever thought of that evidence could be recorded virtually, or courts could be conducting virtual hearings. I regularly appear before the courts virtually. We even share documents virtually. So it is not that. And coming to Dr. Geeta's point that courts are being opened. Courts are not being opened. Supreme Court has made it very clear that only 3 courts on an experimental basis would be open to see how it goes. Because they want to see how the lawyers will turn up, what are the SOPs, whether they'll be followed or not. And to have these kids, more than 25 lakhs of them, as sacrificial goats is just completely not justified at the present moment.
Akash.
Yeah, just taking the point forward from what Sameer is saying, we know and we've seen the kind of proceedings and historic landmark proceedings of contempt of court is happening right now, and it's all happening virtually. So what is this experiment? And that's what the students are feeling. They are the sacrificial lambs. They are the experimental rats who are being made to do this. Kapil mentioned a lot of good points, and one line that he mentioned really hit me: soldier mentality. And that's the problem. And that's what the students are telling me online also. What is this soldier mentality? Why can't you even hear us? Why are you not even responding to the questions that we have? And that is the problem. That take it or leave it. Soldier mentality is the problem here. You're talking about students who are already quite stressed out. Nobody is talking about the mental trauma that they're going through at this point of time. The exams on top of the uncertainty. Finally, Sanket, very quickly, one very nice thing that this boy said, I think Afroz, I forget his name. He says, let the government come and give us an assurance if something happens to you after giving the examination, we will take care of it. We will take care of it. And that's absolutely okay. Just give that as a promise. Kids are scared at this point of time. It's an uncertain future. The government has to think out of the box. Online could be a solution.
No, but where's the dialogue? Mr. Rao, I want to know from you that as the director of IIT Delhi, you know, these many million questions in the minds every minute of these students need a platform where they can be addressed. And I don't think, and I know you don't speak on behalf of the government, but don't you think that this is a point that must be addressed? Address these concerns. And we don't even have much time.
I agree with you. These are very genuine concerns, and these must be addressed. I would also like to believe that NTA is aware of all of these issues. They must be working with the state governments. They must be enabling all the transport services for smooth conduct of the examination. I think if they are not doing it, for example, and if some students are not able to write the exam, I would definitely blame whoever has organized that exam. But let us say you miss the JEE mains on one day, what will happen? JEE mains is not conducted on one single time. It's conducted multiple days, so you might be able to go to a next session. Let us say you are not able to attend the exam throughout the week. JEE mains again comes back next year. It's conducted multiple times. Now, some of these students who have missed the exam now, for whatever reason it is, some are psychologically so affected. Why can't they wait for 6 more months and take the examination next year? Why is it that, we have to hold the entire country to a standstill because there are a few students who are not able to cope up with this? I think, because these exams are conducted so many times now throughout the year, I am speaking for JEE mains particularly, I think, children have that option to choose the exam whenever they want to take it. If you miss this time, you may be able to take it again when it is conducted.
While I agree with you, Mr. Rao, I just feel that to the million questions, to the many questions, I do not see a very institutionalized platform where the government is answering those concerns. That's the biggest problem. That is the biggest problem. And And the last thing that should happen is that we make revolutionaries out of students who just want to write an exam. They're just saying that we care for our health, we care for the health of our family members. And if a government can't understand that, by the way, and thank you so much to all of you. Thank you so much to Mr. Ram Gopal Rao, Sparsh Singh, Geeta Bhatt, Akash Banerjee, Sameer Chaudhary, Mehak Mittal and Kapil Gupta. Most of these students who are going to take this exam are in the age group of 16, 17, 18. They are going to vote in 2024. Their families are going to vote. If that's a language that politicians understand, remember, they are going to vote. Stopping for a short break at this moment. When we come back, we'll be speaking to Dr. Shashi Tharoor of the Congress Party, who will give solutions for conducting these examinations. See, the purpose of the big fight is to not just fight, but to come up with certain solutions with all that churn. Back in a bit. Examinations in the times of a pandemic is testing times for the students, their family members, lakhs and lakhs of lives at stake. But the government says that life must go on, examinations must go on. To discuss this in great detail, we have a Congress MP, Dr. Shashi Tharoor. Dr. Tharoor, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sure you must have seen the Twitter hashtag that these examinations must be postponed. Obviously, you can't brush away the concern that the students have, their family has, despite the fact that they've not got much support in the Supreme Court. What do you think, is it right or wrong on their part to be expressing these concerns?
I think they're totally justified. In fact, Sanket, I've actually been tagged on many of these requests for more than a couple of weeks now. Many of the students have reached out to me. I had actually taken up a similar issue in Kerala. And I'd even called the chief minister there on that occasion. And on one matter, the examinations for the Kerala Technological University, he very kindly agreed to postpone them. But unfortunately, there is a thing called the KEAM, the Kerala Engineering Examinations, which are similar to the JEE. And they went ahead with them, creating a disaster. First of all, social distancing is very difficult to maintain in a country where our numbers in relation to the availability of exam centers are so few. Secondly, these are young kids just passing out of class 12. Parents will be bound to accompany them. There was inevitably huge crowding outside the centers. And as a result, a number of students who took the KEAM examinations ended up getting COVID. Now, it's actually a factual thing. It's out there on the record. And I pointed out that if only they had listened to our request to postpone the exams, we could have avoided a major horror. Now, what we're looking at with NEET JEE is a much larger catchment pool. You're talking about 26 lakh students, probably, who would have to take these examinations. Many are not anywhere near their centers because during the lockdown, they've gone home or they're with their families. Very many of them are in positions where it's not convenient for them to come back. Many have not been able to study in the normal way because of the artificial circumstances of the lockdown, the unavailability of materials, etc. In all of these circumstances, these are far from being the ideal circumstances to take the examinations. And as a result, these are actually not going to be an accurate gauge anymore of the talent, academic capability, or even the sort of state of mind of our young people who are sitting for these crucial, life-changing examinations. I think it's a very unfortunate thing that the government has decided to go ahead with it. They're, of course, being ruled by the academic calendar and the convenience of the system.
I wanted to ask you this question, Dr. Tharoor. The government on its part says, and people who actually advocate for these examinations say, you can't waste an academic year. I want to ask from you, what could be the alternative, the solution?
Well, certainly a postponement. You see, the problem is that these exams have already been postponed once, Sanket, and they've been postponed when the numbers of people infected and the level of danger in the country was actually much less. So things were so bad that you couldn't actually hold the examinations with lower numbers of COVID sufferers. How is it you're going ahead when the situation is much worse in the country today? It doesn't really make any logical sense. There are two possibilities. One is to hope that COVID will pass and reschedule the examinations let's say 2 months from now, say after Diwali, and see whether as a result there's a possibility that we can go ahead by then if the curve has begun to flatten. If it hasn't, we'll have to postpone them again, undoubtedly. And you'll have to telescope some of the later processes, which will put a greater onus on the administration, the invigilators, the teachers, the graders, etc. The second possibility, if all of this is not possible and COVID continues to get worse, is to create an examination that can be done at home. And for those who do not have online facilities at home, to designate a certain number of online centers where they can go, but the majority will take it at home, so you won't have all the problems of crowding and everything else. And even then, it will not be a perfect situation. And obviously, it will not test the memory capacity of the students anymore, because they will be able to refer to materials that they're doing it at home. But then you ask your questions in such a way that you see other skills, synthesizing skills, problem-solving skills, the approach of the student, more than what particular facts they're able to come up with. And I think these two options have to be explored very seriously during the period of the first postponement. So we postpone, let's say, till November. And meanwhile, you prepare a home examination. In November, COVID is still bad and you can't do that examination in November. Announce immediately a home examination. I think that's the only rational way to proceed. I did tag Dr. Jitendra Singh on this. I hope that as Minister for Personnel, he's going to look at all of this. I certainly hope that the government will take an interest, because obviously many people are writing desperate letters to the Prime Minister and so on, the Education Minister.
No, Dr. Tharoor, see, I think the first point that you made, that obviously how will a person or a student be in a right frame of mind to appear for an examination with a crisis like this? I want to ask you, do you think what is your assessment? Do you think that the government has not ideated enough, not thought or experimented enough or toyed with the various different possibilities around conducting these examinations? We need exams, yes.
I get the impression they've actually toyed with no other alternative. All they've done is we either have to hold the examination or we postpone it a bit and then we have to hold it again. They have not examined the possibility of a radical rethinking. And I do not believe that they have actually sat down with professors of engineering, with teachers, and say, listen, how can we avoid dragging kids to exam centers and still have a way of evaluating their aptitude for engineering? It still will not be a perfect result. Some kids will unfortunately unjustly miss out because of the situation. But at least it would be better than subjecting them to the rigors of an examination where there will be other disadvantages. So those who have been relatively well off, those who live close to their university campuses, those who have access to online materials, their libraries and so on, those who have the means, the resources, the support structures to be able to travel easily to the exam centers, they will all have an advantage over those who are relatively poor, have gone back to home villages, have gone to remote areas, have not had access to materials, will find it difficult to come in. So once again, we will stack the dice anyway if we go ahead with the exams now. So one kind of option versus another kind of option. I still think at least to minimize the risk of a mass COVID infection amongst students, their parents or guardians who bring them, and all those, as we saw in a much smaller pool of people in Kerala.
But you know, Dr. Tharoor, we spoke to a lot of parents and they gave some practical problems, right? And I don't think we have proper solutions from the government. They said that suppose if I were to give an exam or write an exam tomorrow, and this evening suddenly the area where I stay becomes a containment zone. How do I write my exam tomorrow? Then there is another possibility which says that I live in the back of beyond. Trains are not running full capacity. How do I reach my examination center? Do you think that the government at least factor these things in rather than giving or throwing back the deadline once again? 1st of September it is.
Well, they could certainly dramatically increase the number of centers so that every district of India, including the most remote and backward, has a certified, accepted NEET-G examination.
By the way, they have.
Because
Dr. Tharoor, by the way, the latest information is they say that last year the total number of centers were 2546. This year the total centers for NEET only are 3,843, which according to them is a 50% increase. And they feel that this should suffice.
50% increase doesn't mean anything unless they could simply have multiplied the number of centers in Bombay or Delhi. I mean, my question is, have they managed to create centers in those areas that you gave as an example where somebody's parents said, we live in a remote area, how do our kids get by train to an exam center? Those kinds of places. If every district has at least one center, then at least such a concern, no one will need to take a train journey to go to an exam center. I still think it's much better to do exams at home in these circumstances, but at least one in every district, including remote districts, must be done.
All right. Dr. Shashi Tharoor, many thanks for giving us certain solutions as well. Now, I don't know whether the government will consider them or not, because home examinations will get a fresh set of problems with itself. But certainly a suggestion. I hope that your political party is going to take this up. It's a big issue. Will your political party urge the government?
The students' wing of my party, the National Students' Union of India, NSUI, has been in the forefront of requesting that these examinations be postponed. So we are very, very much on the same page on.
Sure. Dr. Tharoor, thank you so much for joining us on The Big Fight.
Take care.